guys, what's up? Thanks for joining me for this video today. My name is Leanne. Welcome to my channel, In the Garden Again. In this video, I'm going to share with you guys an interview that I did with my Aunt Sue, my mom's sister. She has been gardening since she was a kid. I had the opportunity to pick her brain a little bit about her gardening experience, so that was really fun and a really great experience to get to know one of my aunts a little bit better. I'm going to share that with you guys here. I did take an audio recording instead of a video because I forgot my tripod and it was just easier to do that way. I'm gonna take some pretty nature content. I'm gonna overlay the audio recording on that, and I hope you guys enjoy. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. What was your first gardening experience?
My first gardening experiences I remember is with Grandpa Neola.
Aww.
And we were in the front yard at Westbourne, and he was down on his knees planting, I believe they were geraniums, around a tree. You know, I was over there helping him, and that's the first time I can remember him gardening. And that, and then my grandparents, Grandma Boba and Grandpa Boba, when they lived on Washington Boulevard in Cleveland Heights, in their yard, you know, I think I remember he might have had a greenhouse, but he also had rows and rows and rows of raspberries, red raspberries. And we would go over there, and you know, we'd get to sleep over because anytime my mother could get rid of a few of us, you know. So we would, Grandma would say, go out and pick some raspberries. Well, we ate more than we picked, you know, by the time we were done. But yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, that's how raspberries got to be probably my favorite fruit. But now I love black raspberries.
You typically buy your plants already started, or do you grow your own from seed?
Well, most of the time I would say we go to a nursery out in Saybrook.
Okay.
We get some things at Gale's. Sometimes it depends on where he can find what he's looking for, because he likes to start the cabbage and stuff early. Mm-hmm. You know, so that he may find at Lowe's or Walmart. Just depends.
Yeah.
You know, he'll try some things. Like he tried growing. He's got tomatoes out there. We'll take you out, show you the greenhouse type thing that we have.
So where you go to for gardening supplies, do you typically order online, or do you have a garden center you like best?
We swap plants with my coworker. We go sometimes to Gale's, and you know, it just depends.
So when you need gardening advice, who do you typically go to, or what do you typically go to?
I belong to the Cleveland Botanical Garden.
Really?
And the Holden Arboretum, and I've done that for years. And so they have where you can get advice that way. Plus, you know, I'll go on the internet. I'll go to gardeners.com, or I'll go to Burpee, or like Bluestone Perennials.
Okay.
Which is another place that's out in Madison. They have great stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, if you move up here, I'll show you all the good places.
Good. Yes, I will need to know. So, which pests are the worst up here? And like, what do you do about them?
We seem to have trouble with whatever the thing bores into the vines, like the zucchini.
Oh no, you have those up here, the vine borers.
Yeah, and so.
Oh no.
One thing I read that when you put your zucchini plants in, because we'll get a plant and it'll have, you know, nice stuff. We get a lot of flowers. Dwayne says you have to have a male and a female. How do you know when you buy?
The plants aren't different. So they'll have a female buds and male buds, and usually the male flowers open first to like attract bees and stuff. And you'll be able to tell the difference because the female flowers look like they have a little started zucchini at the base of them.
But I learned that when you plant them, if you take a piece of aluminum foil and wrap it around the base of the stem.
Yeah.
Okay, do you know this trick?
I do, but I don't think I have executed it properly.
And I think you might want to let it be on top of the soil a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it comes down like this.
Yeah.
And that seemed to help.
Ben built me a greenhouse so that I can get ahead of the squash vine borers and start my zucchini early.
So is there something where you can put like, say part of a plastic bottle with a liquid in it and they fall into it? Or am I thinking of something else?
Oh man, I don't know. I haven't heard that. I've heard the foil thing, and I tried that the first year I grew zucchini, but I think it just gets so hot in North Carolina that it cooked it in the foil.
The other thing that Paul, this coworker, he gave us patty pan squash.
Ooh.
And that was good.
Cool.
And then he started us on kohlrabi, which we really like that.
Last year was my first year growing that. That's pretty cool. I've got some good in
Yeah.
the garden right now, too.
But we learned that you don't want it to get too big.
Right.
Because then it's, yeah.
Woody.
And we like it raw. I tried cooking it one time and it really didn't come out good. So other pests that we have, once in a while we'll have a snail.
Yeah. Those basically just like how slugs are in the garden.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, slugs. Do you have like the cucumber beetles or anything like that?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do about those either. I get those too. They're the black beetles with the stripes or the spots, right?
Well, the reason we know we've got something going is because we see those white butterflies all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, those are trouble.
Yeah.
Yes. The biggest ones that I have, the squash vine borer, I get stink bugs pretty bad. And
do you?
Yeah, they're these types of stink bugs that are called leaf-footed stink bugs.
Okay.
Where they look like they're like the shield-looking bug, but they're a little bit longer and they've got like little leaf-looking things on their feet. And they just infest and they sting up like tomatoes in particular, and they just make it look really gross. And do you prefer container gardening or in-ground gardening?
Well, I do all the containers and he does the in-ground.
Okay.
What I really would like to have going forward at some point, because I've really got problems with my joints, would be raised garden beds.
When someone is first getting into gardening, like, you know, it could be intimidating because there's so much to know.
Right.
And like, especially before you get started, like with all of these questions I'm asking you, like, I feel like this would intimidate somebody who didn't already know what they were doing with gardening.
What would I grow first?
Well, what would you say to somebody who's looking to get into gardening to kind of encourage them to not like get overwhelmed?
I would say you start with the easier crops, things that are more of a sure bet than like kale or the kohlrabi. Start with things that, so you don't get discouraged, you get some fruits from your labor. It's more satisfying that way.
Yes.
The first year we ever gardened, we had this small area next to our garage in South Euclid. Little did we know that that's where they dumped all the extra construction stuff.
Dang it!
And so we're digging away, you know, pulling this stuff out. We must have bought 20 or 30 different kinds of seeds and threw them in. We didn't know what we were doing. Of course, we really didn't have much of a yield of anything. Then he got smart. He built a bed on the side, similar to the one that's out here, and, you know, used railroad ties, and then we learned as we went.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, you don't want to get discouraged. That's why I say start small. Don't buy 20 or 30 seed packets.
Yes.
And expect to, you know, feed yourself for a year.
So, with the final question, why is gardening important to you?
I like it because not only are you outside and, you know, you're getting the sun, but it's kind of mindless in a way where you can, you know, you can think through other things while you're doing it. You can pray while you're doing it. And it's just like a nice way to have some alone, quiet time. And I find it relaxing and fulfilling. When, you know, like I usually do the flowers and he does the vegetables, right? So one year, you know, I don't think it was here, it might have been at the other house, but I was in the front planting and, you know, just having my own little moments, and he's sitting on the front step watching me do everything. I said, don't you have something better to do? You know, like you're in my space.
That's funny. Okay guys, I'm super cold. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and my little nature hike. It was a very short nature hike because it's super cold outside. You need a friend to learn how to garden with. I'm your girl. Happy gardening.